Currently checking in just 26 minutes before Old School RuneScape changes forever with the introduction of the new skill Sailing. Even before the official release, we already are experiencing some of the changes. I can no longer use my max cape, and if we check over the skill tab here, we're already 2278 total, Sailing at level 1. Here it comes. Game chat, game chat. You feel the sudden urge to visit Port Sarim. Start the Pandemonium quest. Return to Will and Anne at Port Sarim. When on a boat, the helm can be used to enter navigation. When you use the helm, you just need to click on it. Okay. I don't. I don't. Dude, what? Oh. Okay. Old cup and mysterious medallion. Okay. What? What the? It's currently docked at Pandemonium. Wait, if my boat is docked at Pandemonium, how do I get to my boat? What? What? I'm so confused. Do I have the charter ship to... Oh my god, I don't have coins on me. Dude, I hate it here. I'm already so confused. Like, I don't know what is going on. Trying to get hemp seeds, couldn't get any. Now we're trying to, like, still trying to figure that out. Wait. Was I supposed to get a spyglass at some point? Where do I get a spyglass? Why do I not have one? Where's Pandemonium? Random yapper from the lead mine. Okay, lead mine. I have to go back there anyways. Dude, my boat was left at Pandemonium. But how am I supposed to get to Pandemonium if I get... Same people you use to go to Karamja? Okay. Good comms potentially. He's a UIM though, so I don't know if I trust it just yet. Oh, there it is. Good comms. Never doubted you for a second. Is there not like an easy way to see what the heck my current task is? I needed to come on Pandemonium for some reason, and I don't remember why. Oh, there's... Oh. I need someone to deliver this armor to the Pandemonium for me. Some legitimate businessman there wish to use it for their ventures at sea. Okay, but I have to start at Port Sarim. So I have to take my stupid boat and go back to Port Sarim, and then come back to Pandemonium. Okay. Okay. Can I go any faster? Oh, we were supposed to upgrade something on our raft, right? Oh my god, we're 2282 total level. The boat is already going as fast as it can. Well, how about go faster? Oh, okay, yeah, this is where we were earlier. Okay. I might need to visit a bank, though. We already have the best cargo hold. The basic one is the best one. Currently built. Oh. Well done. All right, moving on. Port Sarim fish delivery. Perfect. I go back to Port Sarim. Perfect. I understand it now. Put it in the cargo hold. Quick deposit. Nice. Set sail. We're speedrunning. Oh, the plugin's working now. Okay, I understand it. Level 15, we buy a new boat. I feel like I'm so behind right now. Did I goof? Did I not? Oh, I accepted the task, but I didn't take the cargo. I goofed. Away we go. Okay, so we're going to be trying out some port tasks for sailing here. What we do is go up to the notice board at the dock, and we're going to select one of the tasks. I'm going to do this level 1 requirement 1, which is taking the fish delivery from Pandemonium to Port Sarim. So right now we're on Pandemonium. We're going to accept the task, and then we're going to take cargo from this ledger table, then board the gangplank back onto our little raft here. We're going to go ahead and quick deposit into our cargo hold, and then navigate helm, and we're going to be heading over to Port Sarum. As soon as I can turn this raft around, that is. And away we go. We've made it back to Port Sarum, and what we're going to do here is actually open our cargo hold here, take our crate, and then disembark. Onto the dock here, there is another ledger at this port. We're going to be delivering it. And that is the port task completed. We're going to get a little bit of a payment, and we hit level 7 sailing, which is nice actually, because now we can claim or start doing 2 tasks at the same time. We got 59 coins for that, and then if you want to continue doing port tasks, you go up to the notice board. And like I said, I'm level 7 now, so I can do 2 at once. Oh my god, I think I got it. Yes! Ooh! 40 sailing. Oh, I can get a crewmate. Let's go! So we managed to complete all 3 ranks of the first Barracuda trial available at level 30. We did the shark rank, the swordfish rank, which was actually first the swordfish one, and then finally the marlin rank, which did take quite a few attempts. I'm heading on over to Port Sarum right now because after hitting level 40 sailing, we have the ability to hire a crewmate. The first available guy is called Jobless Jim, and he's located at Port Sarum. Jobless Jim is specifically located at the pub north of the Port Sarum dock. So we're going to talk to him. Let's see what happens. Why don't you join my crew? I don't know, just like that. All right, so we've had our fun at the Barracuda trials, and they're actually really good EXP, and it is indeed fun. Well, at level 40, I was able to get Jobless Jim with me, and I've been just sailing the seas, doing some combat tasks and whatnot. And currently, we're in search of hemp seeds. Now, I've been told that these ospreys drop hemp seeds, but I haven't seen one yet. Okay, well, we got a seed, but it was not the hemp seed. We got flax seed, so that's interesting. And on top of that, we still haven't got what we're after. Our task right now is to get a osprey's beak. Abort, abort, my ship is almost going down. Well, it's not a ship, it's a boat. Oh my god, the bird's chasing me down. The bird is chasing me down. It stopped, I think? Okay, alright, we're gonna have to make some repair kits. Okay, so I didn't have any luck doing the ospreys task. I didn't get anything. I think I'm going to be moving on from that for now. Plus, I think there should be some better ways of getting hemp seeds. I really don't believe they're that rare. I don't know. But again, this is just day 1 of sailing release, so don't really know much. And I've been on for quite a while now, so I think I'm just going to recline and do some delivery port tasks. And just continue getting sailing XP. I actually really do enjoy this. It's pretty chill. Alright, remember when I was trying to figure out how to get hemp seeds earlier and I was fighting random mobs in the ocean? Well, turns out salvaging is actually the move. We just got our first hemp seed in our inventory. Hopefully we get a few more. We need 3 seeds for 1 patch, and I believe there's probably like 3 or 4 patches we can go to right now. So we're going to need a whole lot more of those. Ooh, a sailor's amulet. I believe that's going to be pretty good. Probably gets us around to different islands and whatnot. Don't know how rare that is either. Currently, I am still on the grind for hemp seeds. We're up to 7 now. I do want to get about 12, I think, before I leave. Oh, wow. Another collection log. I don't know if my recorder picked that up, but we got a dull knife. I'm not exactly sure what that might do. I don't know. Not all collection log items are useful, though, so maybe this one doesn't do anything. Okay, it took quite a bit of time, but we finally got ourselves 9 hemp seeds. That's good for 3 different hops patches. I think it'll take about 80 minutes or 80 to 90 minutes, I guess, to have the hemp grow. And that's going to be used for 3 different tiers of mass for boats. It's going to be not the teak tier, but the one after that, mahogany. No, actually, it does include teak. Teak, mahogany, and a new log type. I think it's like camphor or something. I could have just butchered that. I don't know. But it's thoroughly mid-level sailing, so that's why I've been after the hemp seed so much, because it is pretty important. There's a couple of different hops patches across the map, but one of them is going to be here at Alderaan, Varlamore, the little island. And then after this, I think we're going to go to the Lumbridge/Varrock one, the one by the Champions Guild, and then perhaps Yanil. Yeah, we have an easy teleport to Yanil as well. So there we go. First hemp seeds planted. Make sure to compost out. Actually, one more step. I believe we pay the farmer flax and they will take care of it. We definitely want to do that. So let me go to a bank real quick. Okay, we are back, and we are definitely not in short supply of flax. We have 132,000. Let's pay Urkos, the farmer here, I guess. All right, now let's use the Chronicle. I got the Chronicle for exactly this reason. It should put us pretty close to the patch here. Is it this patch? No, that's a bush patch. I think the hop patch is to the south, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, should be right there. And as I said, the third patch, we're going to head on over to Yanil. We just have the construction cape. You know, we don't have access to our max cape now, but we still have the 99 capes. Now that we have the hemp seeds planted, something I should have did 5 sailing levels ago at level 45 was to do this quest, Troubled Tortugans. I believe this is going to give us pretty good sailing EXP, and we do have all the requirements, so let's see about doing that. There's just so many things to do with this new skill. We haven't even scratched the surface. And of course, I'm actually on day 2 right now, so still very early on. Now, I am taking a detour. I said I was going to go start the quest. But first of all, I got to get rid of Jobless Jim over here, because I can hire a captain that's going to be much better at doing his job. I think a couple selling levels later, though, we will be able to have 2 crewmates, but right now we're restricted to just having the 1. Also, just hitting level 50 sailing, we are now arriving at the Pest Control Island here. This is the first time that I've been here before. In fact, you know what? Let me grab my spyglass right here, because it looks like there is a chart thing I can do. But yeah, level 50, I had just unlocked this port on the Void Knight's outpost, so I thought I'd check it out. There we have it. Charting complete. Okay, yeah, so let's go pick up our new crewmate, and then we'll start the quest as well. We are off in the desert right now, which is the complete opposite of what you might think for sailing, but the new crewmate we're picking up, can I just walk through like this? No, I need a key. Okay, I guess we gotta do this all over again, huh? Okay, key acquired, but the crewmate in question is the guy in this building from the tourist trap. It is called the tourist trap quest, right? I could be misremembering, but the guy up here, you know what? It actually goes full circle, because I do remember this guy saying he liked boats or like sailing or something, right? Why don't you leave this camp and join my crew? Well, just no hesitation. He is now part of our crew, and looks like we're going to have to go back to Pandemonium. Alright, we have alleviated Jobless Jim. Well, not entirely. He's still part of my crew, but for right now, we can only have 1 crewmate at a time on our boat. So we have Syad, however you pronounce his name, manning our boat now, and we're going to go ahead and get started with Troubled Tortugans. We're going to have to head on over to this island just south of Pandemonium, and to the left of the Storm Tempor. Actually, I think I lost where it is already. Further south, I think. Yep, down here. Just further south. In fact, I gotta turn my boat, and we'll make our way over there. Alright, we've made it to the island. Let's talk to the injured Tortugan here. Let's get started on the quest. We've got the Tortugan, well, oh, there we go. We've got the Tortugan on our boat and we're heading to the Great Conch. We're on the Great Conch and it seems like this island is full of these Tortugans. So I'm just progressing along this quest right now and I already noticed some trees back there, camphor trees. That's what we're going to need, those logs from that tree for the next set of sailing boat upgrades. And then also, apparently this quest is the one that unlocks the Griffins and the Shellbane Griffin, which is going to have combat tasks, which aren't currently out yet, but I will be losing my Grandmaster status and I'll have to re-obtain that in the future. Well, here we go. First time we're ever seeing the Griffin. This is not the boss, this is just a regular Griffin. Level 95. Did bring some food with me, but I mean, no big deal here. Oh, there's a knockback. Takes advantage of how light you are. That might be some kind of mechanic, I don't know. Okay, now what? Okay, just read through the quest helper. I have a feeling this is one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, don't worry guys, I took care of the problem. But the Griffin itself is not the problem. There's actually the Shellbane Griffin that's actually terrorizing this town. Alright, apparently the Shellbane Griffin is located on this island. Let's see what's happening. Oh, what the? Who was that? Oh, there it is. Shellbane Griffin, level 235. No idea how this fight's gonna go. Oh, I didn't bring a combat pot. I did bring a prayer potion though. I think I'm getting meleeed right now. But I am in Torva, so it should be okay. Taking no damage, so that's good. I'm not sure what that's about. Your armor has started to corrode. That's not good. Okay, I think I have to dodge that. Okay, let's try playing melee now. Taking a bit of damage. It seems to have pretty low defense, I think. We're not really missing or anything. Aggressively flaps his wings. What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm running. There's swirlies behind me. Oh, maybe I just gotta keep moving. Maybe I did the right thing there. I don't know. And down it goes. Can't say I figured out the boss, but we got it done. Back on the Great Conch, I'm just letting them know what happened. Oh no. Something more to do with that ship we just saw, the red sails, but that is the Troubled Tortugans completed. So we get access to the Great Conch. 10,000 Slayer, or 8,000 Slayer XP, 10,000 Sailing XP. I imagine that actually is going to give us a couple of levels, maybe one. 51. Very nice, very nice. Now we have access to those logs. I might go chop a couple of those. After completing that quest, I think we have completed all the available quests that there is to offer, at least for now, right? Right now, it's like day 2, day 3. Yeah, there's no more quests. I do have quests remaining to do, but those are all Varlamore quests. I haven't had my quest cape since Varlamore, pretty much. But anyways, we are sailing the seas again. We're back to doing some port tasks. I just feel like these tasks are very cozy. I don't know how it ranks EXP wise. I think Barracuda Trials might be like among the top, but there's still some stuff we haven't tried yet. We haven't tried deep sea diving. We haven't tried trawling. I don't know what those things are like, but I'm just gonna chill out and do some more port tasks for now. Just oddly been enjoying this. I don't know if it's like good or bad EXP, but you know, I'm enjoying it, so whatever. But anyways, another thing actually while we're just sailing is I did upgrade the boat. I upgraded from the teak hull to the mahogany hull. I don't know if I mentioned that already or not. And I also finally upgraded the keel. So oh no, here's a charter ship. Okay, I hope this is addressed in the future, but these charter ships just slow down all your momentum. It's really unfortunate. But as I was saying, we upgraded the hull to mahogany, and we also upgraded the keel. I actually was rocking the most basic keel for the longest time, and that's pretty much just armor for your boat. So We're a little bit tankier now, so if we run into some bad mobs in the ocean, we'll be okay. The clanmate and I were just discussing which boat upgrades we should be doing as Ironman, since the seeds are seemingly kind of rare. So we both agreed to skip over teak and do mahogany, which is what we're doing now. But there was one mahogany thing that we couldn't quite do until we hit 52 sailing, which is right now. And that was the mahogany mast. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Okay, in my inventory, I have everything I need to upgrade into the mahogany mast and canvas sails. So let's go ahead and do that. 52 sailing and 45 construction requirement. And there we go. We should be going even faster now. Back onto the boat. Apparently having a certain type of beer in the or on your boat will give you a 2.5% EXP boost. I think this guy's actually going to talk about it. This guy is located in the Pandemonium Cave. Gave me a book, yada, yada, yada. What do I get from charting the sea? Thrill of exploration. Okay. Can you tell me more about these drinks? He also offered me some training. I wonder what that's about. I'll check that out in a second. Horizon's Lure is the beer. Not only is it said to make you a better sailor, but apparently also helps you improve your sailing abilities faster. 2.5 EXP boost. Buying Horizon's Lure requires the following. Completely chart 70 seas across all ocean. While I figure it out, let's see what this training is supposedly about. It doesn't look like you have anything in here that I don't already know. Well, okay. That's disappointing. Okay, we have built a keg on our boat. It's currently empty though, so we're gonna have to go get the beer. I'm still not sure if we can or not. I don't know if we meet the requirements. Let's find out. Okay, so I was correct in coming into the cave and talking to this guy, but it says I need to completely chart 70 seas across all oceans. Well, I better get to doing that. Well, I think I'm a ways away from that, so I don't know. I guess I'll come back to that in the future, but for anybody out there, if you meet the requirements, you can get a Horizon's Lure on your boat for some bonus EXP. Quite some time later, we are returning to the Pandemonium Cave, and we're going to speak to Charles McCatlis. I think that's his name. Once again, because I finally got the charts done. I have over 70 now, so I believe we can get the beer now, the Horizon's Lure. Can you tell me about these drinks? Horizon's Lure. And we should be able to get it now. Yeah, it was give us 2.5% boost to all sailing experience gain. He's going to sell me some, I guess a keg full? I don't know. He gave them to me noted. Can I just hop on the boat and put in the keg? Noted? Or do I have to unnote them? I guess we'll find out. You watch with disbelief as the banknotes turn to liquid in your hands. Simultaneously, you hear the sound of the keg being filled with liquid. Okay, well, we know that works. I may have to rebuild this keg, actually, because our next goal, I'm going to try some salvaging again. But before we were salvaging, let's see here, shipwreck salvaging. We were salvaging Barracuda shipwrecks. Now that we're level 53 or 54 even, but at 53 we unlock large shipwrecks. We're going to try those out. I think we can get cotton from those, and those are going to be needed for the even higher tiers of sailing levels. So yeah, I'm going to look into building a bigger boat. That way we can put 2 of those salvaging hooks on the boat, because at our current boat we can only put the 1, and we can put the crewmates to work to salvage for us as well. So Junior Jim, I'd like to buy a sloop. That's going to cost 200k. Crew capacity for this is 5. Okay, we're nowhere near that yet. In fact, we still can't even have 2 crewmates at this moment. But okay, we got ourselves a new boat. Let's go customize it. Rising Blood, interesting name. Okay, I'm going to do some upgrading with this boat. You can see here, boat customization menu. There's going to be a lot to be done. The hull, the keel, the helm. I'm going to upgrade everything, and then we will be right back. Okay, I don't quite have everything I want on this big boat, but we do have the big boat now. And we have Jobless Jim with us, because apparently he's better with salvaging, which is what we're heading to now. I am going to need to head south, so I did pick up a port task. We're going to head over to Ruins of Unca, aka the Temperos port, and then we're going to continue south, and we're going to find some large shipwrecks that we can salvage down there. Alright, Jobless Jim, let's get to it. Never mind, we can't get Jobless Jim to sail this boat, so we're going to have to do it ourselves. Okay, I'm pretty much on the southeast, the very southeast of the map right now, and we're at the large shipwrecks. Let's see what we can get out of these salvages. As you can see, we have Jobless Jim here also doing using the salvaging hook on the other side. So we should be getting twice the amount of salvage. I think his go into our basic cargo hold here, so we can just do one big salvaging session. Oh, I was just about to say in a couple EXP drops, but I guess right now, 55 sailing, that is going to unlock Jubbly Jive Barracuda trial. That is the second one available right now. There's currently 3 different Barracuda trials in the game. I imagine they might add a few more in the future, but level 55 unlocks the second one. Oh, and actually we can now assign 2 crewmates to duties on your boat. I might want to sail back to get another crewmate. Oh, and actually, Adventurer 80 from the Pandemonium. New crewmate unlocked available. Huge unlocks at level 55 here. Very nice. Okay, I actually left my boat at some port, and I chartered back to Pandemonium just because it'd be quicker, and we can go higher. Oh, actually, I don't know where Ada is. Adventurer Ada, where is she found? Oh, she's right here on Pandemonium. Right here in the bar, actually. In the pub. Join me on the crew. Very nice. Okay, now we head on over to this NPC here, and we can start managing some stuff. She is level 3 helmsmanship. What about the captain? The ex-captain? Oh, I think they're... Oh, wow, the ex-captain is actually better. Well, I'm gonna go with Adventurer Ada right now, just cause, you know, brand new NPC, why not? So, do we have everything assigned? We do, alright. I'm gonna charter back to, what is this island called down here? The Great Conch. But actually, before I do that, I need to upgrade the big boat, because earlier when I sailed through the Temperos section, my boat was actually taking a whole ton of damage. Oh, looks like I can't cheese this. My boat is currently at the Summer Shore on the Great Conch Island, but there's no option to customize the boat over there, so I guess we'll just charter back and we'll worry about that another time. Alright, with a crewmate able to handle the helm in Ada now, this is actually much nicer when I'm salvaging. I can put myself and Jim on these salvage hooks, and then Ada can just maneuver us around, and I never have to step away from the hook unless I'm sorting the salvage. Okay, it's been quite a while, but we finally got our hands on some cotton seeds. 4 of them in one roll even, so that's pretty nice. We're going to need a lot more of those, and we actually still need hemp seeds, as I just found out that whenever you're planting the cotton, the payment to the farmers is more hemp. I was just yapping in the clan chat that I got these cotton seeds like 3.5 hours ago, and I haven't seen anything. Now we get a broken compass. I don't know if that does anything though. It might just be like kudos at the Varrock Museum. I haven't been gaming too hard actively, but I have been AFKing while salvaging, or salvaging while AFK rather. And as such, I've gotten my hands on some cotton seeds. I'm going to be planting those now. It does take hemp as payment. I mean, I suppose I could get away with not paying the farmers, but just to guarantee that they don't die, I don't mind paying. I think some content in the future is probably going to net us some more hemp seeds and whatnot. We just have to figure out what content that is at the moment. If you didn't know about the Sailor's Amulet, well, you're about to find out. The Sailor's Amulet, think of it as the equivalent of the Xerx's Talisman at Zaya, or the Pendant of Eights on Varlamore. It'll get you around the map, well, the ocean, I suppose. The 3 teleports available on the talisman is the Pandemonium, Port Roberts, and Deep Fin Point. You can acquire the amulet by salvaging. In order to charge the amulet, you're going to need law runes and water runes. So it's not really expensive. I'm going to go ahead and put, I don't know, I guess 1,000 charges in for now. I don't want to use all my law runes. In terms of levels, this is long overdue as we're close to level 60 sailing now, but this second Barracuda trial was unlocked at 55 sailing, I believe. Well, we're finally getting around to it. Honestly, I was procrastinating this one quite a bit as I've seen other people do it and it did not seem very appealing to me. But what people have told me is that they had the same thought, but once they tried it, it was pretty fun. So here I am making my way over to the start point and then, yeah, we'll check it out. Perhaps I should repair my boat though. What the heck just happened? All right, we are here. I repaired my boat. Let's talk to one of these guys here. I don't know who I need to talk to. I guess both of them. And we'll get started on the... you know, maybe I should be reading that, but... let's just see what happens, right? It should be the same concept. Collect the crates. There's another boat we need to collect from. And it's like a round trip. Here we go. I'd like to attempt the Jubbly Jive. Start trial. You should make sure your helm is manned before starting the trial. Well, I mean, obviously, okay. My helm does... No way. I sailed all the way over here just for them to tell me my helm isn't strong enough and I need to upgrade it. Well, be right back. Okay, we are back. I upgraded my helm from... I'm actually not sure what it was before, but now it's a mithril helm, so surely we're allowed to start now. I'd like to attempt a Jubbly Jive, and yeah, we'll just start off with Swordfish. Let's see what happens. Oh. This seems like a lot of crates. And I'm not sure about the pathing on this. It doesn't seem as apparent. I don't know. It's okay, we're just learning the route right now. There we go. It took a fair few attempts, but we got it done. The shark rank for Jubbly Jives. If you didn't know, for every Barracuda trial rank you do, the first completion, you're going to get a whole bunch of bonus EXP on top of the regular EXP you get for completing. So you can see here we received an additional 7,500 EXP. Now if we look at the Marlin rank one here, the first time completion is going to be 10,000 EXP, and just completing them constantly is going to be 6,200 XP per run. But I've been told that the Marlin rank for this one is pretty difficult, and I don't feel like really going for that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to farm up the Shark tier one a few times until I hit 62 sailing. And that's just 10,000 EXP away at this point in time. Just a couple of runs later, here we go, 62 sailing. We can now dock at Relica. Now this is what we're after. Apparently Relica is a pretty good dock or pretty good port to do some courier tasks. So I'm going to try that out now for the next couple of levels. Back at Pandemonium, we're just working on some more upgrades, I suppose. On the big boat this time around, we're going to replace this basic cargo hold into the Camp 4 one. It's not too expensive, so might as well. Should have a lot more space in the storage now. And then I also did something else. I can't remember. Oh, I upgraded the sails. They're mahogany sails now. So, yeah, I think we should be good to do some port tasks now. I'm going to have to go all the way to Relica, though. Okay, I finally have everything set up. I just set sail from the Relica dock, and we're heading on over to the Sunset Coast right now, which is the southern part of Varlamore, I suppose. So it's quite a ways away. I imagine we're going to get a lot of EXP. We'll see how much we get. Okay, so I made it all the way to Sunset Coast and Alderaan, actually. I forgot to take a look at the EXP rates, but I was too focused on trying to pick up 4 different tasks, and let me explain real quick. So here at Alderaan, we have a quick task just across the water to Sunset Coast, but then we also have another task that's going to go all the way up to Port Piscarilius in Zaya here. I actually TP'd over here, checked the board. So we're going to have to go up here as a pit stop to pick up cargo here, but then all of this routes back to Relica. You can see we have 3 shipments all the way back to Relica. So this should be a lot of EXP for just one big journey. While we are sailing up towards Port Piscalarius, or however you pronounce it, probably just butchered that, and then ultimately Relica, another pit stop we can do is actually Port Roberts. Now, Port Roberts is actually an available teleport on my Sailor's Amulet here, but before I can do that, I need to unlock the teleport. And one moment, I gotta figure out where to unlock the teleport on this little civilization here, I guess. Okay, I believe this is it. Sailor's Marker. Do I just inspect it? Yes, I do. After inspecting the marker, you get the feeling that you could get back here with your Sailor's Amulet. Perfect. So, whether I'm at Relica or I'm at all the way at Sunset Coast or Alderaan, I'm going to be checking Port Roberts here to see if there's any good tasks on the notice board. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. Ideally, one on the way to Relica, perhaps. Oh yeah, right here. Perfect. We can go ahead and claim that. Port Roberts to Relica. Okay, picking up cargo from Port Piscalarius, Port Pisc at Zaya. Let's go ahead and track the EXP right now. So our total sailing EXP is 342.4k. And then we are doing 4 different deliveries all the way to Relica. So when we get to Relica, we'll see what total EXP we're at then. Okay, on my path to Relica, just found a random castaway that we're going to be rescuing, I guess. Okay. Maybe we should talk to them, actually. We'll drop her off by a port when we get the chance. Okay, well, it's going to be Relica Port, because I ain't making a stop in between. Oh no, I was not paying attention. We might get murdered here. Jobless Jim? Jobless Jim? Repair the boat? I should probably have some on hand, too. I put all of them in the cargo hold. Oh, I should have charted that, too. Actually, I might have died if I tried to chart that. Okay, I was in a rush to set this boat up. I don't think my armor on the boat or the health is very good, actually, so yeah, we're gonna have to pay a little bit more attention here. We are just moments from arriving on the Relica port here. 342.9k sailing EXP. Let's go ahead and dump all the cargo. Got the crewmates helping me as well. Not close enough. Okay. What do you mean not close enough? We're right there. Okay, there we go. Surely. Alright. Well, we got 620 from the castaway. And what's it looking like? That is 15.1k EXP. Holy. That's pretty good. I've ironed out the strategy that I'm trying to do here, and I've actually swapped boats for a reason as well. I've downgraded from the biggest boat to the mid-sized boat just because it's cheaper to go to the NPC here, the shipwright, and recover my boat. You can see here, Rising Blood, that's my biggest boat. That's the sloop, I think, and it's going to cost me 58k to recover. Whereas the Dragon Claw, which is my mid-sized boat, only cost me 4.3k. Now, currently it is located at Relica. I just did a drop-off for, you can see here in my chat box, the amount of coins I'm getting is actually equivalent to the amount of EXP I'm getting. So I did 4 port tasks, 3.7k, 2k, 7.5k, and 4k. So that was roughly another, I don't know, like 15k probably or so, maybe even more than that. But the goal here is to bring my ship or my boat over to Alderaan here, and then I already went to various other ports. I went to the Alderaan port here, I went to the Relica port, and I even went to the Port Roberts port, And I have 4 tasks ready to go. I'm going to sail from Alderaan all the way back to Relica, rinse and repeat. Now, along the way, I'm also going to make pit stops at Port Roberts because I have some cargo to pick up over there as well. And actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we also have some cargo to pick up just across the water here at Sunset Coast. This is a pretty weird spot because this port right here that we just departed from is the Alderaan port, but then right across, like literally, you can see one port to another. This is Sunset Coast. And Sunset Coast doesn't have a notice board. So I think sometimes you get Sunset Coast tasks from Alderaan. We just hit level 66 sailing, which means we can upgrade from the mithril keel to the adamant keel. This is going to give us a little bit more boat health and armor. And most importantly, it's going to allow us to traverse crystal flecked waters. So I'm going to go ahead and build that. And what crystal flecked waters is, well, recently one of our levels, it might have been 66 as well, or maybe 65, I'm not sure. But we just unlocked Port Tyrus, which is right here. This is where Zulrah is. And you can see this light blue shade of water. I believe that's going to be the crystal flecked waters. So in order for us to use that port, we're definitely going to have to upgrade to the adamant keel. Back at Alderaan, I'm going to reclaim or recover my boat again. And like I said before, it does cost me 4.3k GP, but I'm actually making GP because this long trek with all these cargo, all these tasks, port tasks to do, we are making a little bit of GP. I mean, all in all, it's like not really that much of a difference though, you know, at this point in time, you know, with 30 mil in our inventory, like what's 10k, 20k gonna make, you know, but I guess it does add up. Off a delivery to Port Tyrus here, we just hit level 67, and what that means is, oh, actually there's no ship right here. Well, scratch that. What I was gonna say, and what I was gonna do, was to make the Cam 4 hull, which requires 10 hull parts, 300 addy nails, 20 swamp tar, and 5 lead bars. I have everything I need in my inventory. And while there is a... oh, that's the salvaging station. Okay. We need to go to a port with a shipwright. Maybe Port Roberts has one. That's where I'm heading to next. I am in the middle of a delivery here all the way to Port Relica, but obviously I'm going to be making little pit stops along the way. But yeah, we'll just check back in when we're at a port where there's a shipwright. Alright, I made it to a shipwright. Let's upgrade the hull. We can now have a Cam 4 hull, and that's actually going to speed up our boat a little bit on top of just being a little bit tankier with the hit points as well. So nice little upgrade there. And then it's going to be a while until we hit the next tier of things. It's going to be the Ironwood hull that's next. Yeah, that's correct. Ironwood hull, and that's going to require some new bars and ironwood. That's from a new tree we don't have to unlock yet, so we'll worry about that when we get there. I took a bit of a break from the port task and did some salvaging and managed to get 68 sailing. 68 sailing is time for another upgrade to our boat. This time around we're upgrading the sails with the Cam 4 logs. 68 sailing and 60 construction requirement. We're going to go ahead and build that, and that's going to give us a little bit better storm resistance as well as better acceleration. A few minutes ago, we just hit level 70 sailing off of doing some more port tasks. Now I'm doing something that I kind of procrastinated, and I'm going to recruit a few more crewmates. Now, I believe on the small boat that we've been using, you can only have up to 2 crewmates, but on the big boat, I think you can have up to 5. There's Cabin Boy Jenkins, just who we wanted to recruit. Oh, I can't understand him, so I'm gonna have to go grab my Ghost Speak amulet, or at least the Mauritania legs. I think those work too. But anyways, level 70 sailing enables us to have 3 crewmates on our ship. That's going to be pretty useful, I think, for whenever we're salvaging. Perhaps trawling. I still don't really know anything about trawling, so we'll have to look into that. Okay, we're back on Crandor. I have my Mauritania legs, which, if I'm not mistaken, they can also serve as a Ghost Speak amulet, right? Like, or it has that property where I can speak to ghosts. Hopefully I'm right. Otherwise, I TP'd out, brought the legs, and ran back here for no reason. So surely it works. Oh, I thought he was gone for a second. Okay, yeah, now we can understand them. Maybe you could join my crew. Now, the thing is, we could have recruited Cabin Boy Jenkins a whole 10 levels ago at level 60, but I just didn't really see a reason to. Now, there is good reason as to why you want to recruit different crewmates. They have specializations. So, for example, Cabin Boy Jenkins is going to be really good with carrying crates, salvaging, and things of that nature. He has a level 4 deck handiness. The other two categories are privateering, which I think has to do with the cannon, and then helmsmanship, which is, well, you know, managing the helm. Okay, there's actually 2 more NPCs that we can go recruit. Oarswoman Olga, located at Berg Darat. So conveniently, we can just TP right there, although I don't know where exactly she is. Let me figure that out. Oh, you know what? It would make a lot of sense if she was over here. She's not over here. Is there like another port? What about over here? Oh, yep, there she is. Okay, here in Port Khazar, there he is, Jittery Jim. Now, he's also going to be someone that specializes with the cannon. I haven't really done too much PvP yet, or PvM, I should say. Like bounties and whatnot. I haven't really gotten into that, but I will have to eventually. We've been working on some salvaging here, but I did move on over to the pirate shipwrecks, which I could have moved on to a long time ago. If we take a look at the skilling tab here, shipwreck salvaging, we could start it at 64. I'm actually 71 already now, but I did say I was working on the large ones because they gave seeds. And what you can see in my inventory, we have 20 hemp and 3 cotton. That should last us for a while, although I do wish I had more cotton, but it is what it is. I made my way over here for slightly better EXP. The drops here are a little bit different. We do get a lot of rum. I'll be drinking that. A lot of, I mean, actually every place drops gold jewelry, but these ones are actually slightly better. Honestly, it's probably not a bad idea to bring high alks whenever you're salvaging. I'm just too lazy though. Anyways, when you're on the big boat and you have multiple crew members, it is so nice because if you ever need to go fully AFK, like just step away from your computer and everything, or you just want to just not pay any attention for an extensive period of time, you can quite literally just stand on your boat, have 2 crewmates on the hooks. And then when you come back, go ahead and check your cargo hold, and oh look, we have 17 plundered salvage to sort through. Obviously, it is quicker if you go on one of the hooks yourself and just have one other NPC on the other one, but, you know, it's just, you have options, which is very nice. Well, I am gonna sort through this, see if we can get anything, but I think I'm gonna go back to port tasks and try to push towards 72 sailing, as 72 is the level that will unlock the 3rd Barracuda trial, which is what all the high score chasers are doing right now. The 3rd trial, called the Gwyneth Glide, I believe. It is currently the best known EXP per hour. Actually, before I get back into the port task, let me do some farming. Plant our hemp and cotton seeds. There's going to be 5 different patches. I don't know if I'm going to go to all 5. I'm not exactly in a hurry. Plus, I do have a decent supply of cotton and hemp for what I currently need for the ships right now. So this is just future-proofing. I'm probably going to need more, you know? Seems like it's a running theme with this skill right now, but before I get back to what I initially said I was going to do, one more thing we got to do, and we're on Angler Island right now. I have a key that I picked up from the Onyx Crest, which is just another island to the west of here. I guess, like southwest, actually. Or, actually, let's take a look at the map real quick. Here's Angler's Island, just south of Corsair Cove, and Onyx Crest. This is Onyx Crest, I think. Yes. Yeah, southeast, actually. I got the compass backwards. But yeah, there is a chest located here, a lockbox. And this is going to give us the Gale Catcher schematic, I think. Yep, there it is. It's a collection log as well. So with the schematic now, we read it. And we can now build a Gale Catcher on our boat, which is actually going to be very nice. I believe it stores wind. I could be mistaken. I think that's what this thing is supposed to do, and it can be very useful so that you can go fast when you need to on your boat. We are heading into the Prif port right now, and if I'm not mistaken, once I drop off these crates, 7 crates, we should be hitting 72 sailing. Now, 72 sailing feels like a long time coming. Crazy to say because honestly, I've lost track of how many days in we are into the sailing release, but anyways, yep, that gets us to 72. And you can see here, you can now dock your boat at Sunbleak Island, which actually is pretty relevant in itself because I think that is the island where ironwood trees are available. That's going to be the next tier of hull, the ironwood hulls. So that's pretty important for us as Ironman. But more importantly, take on the Gwyneth Glide Barracuda trial in Port Gwyneth. That's how people are gaining insane EXP rates right now relative to what we've been doing in the earlier levels. So yeah, we're going to upgrade to the adamant helm as well. That's also a requirement. And yeah, we'll be ready to speed up the leveling now. Here we are back at this interface here for boat customization. We're going to head on over to the helm session, or section rather, and we're going to upgrade from the, actually, what is the one we've been using all this time? Mithril. We're going to upgrade from Mithril to adamant. And oh, it's 3 planks and 6 bars. I got 2 and 4. Oops, okay, be right back. By the way, there are a few locations that are much better to work on your ship than other locations. Corsair Cove is one of the better locations, I think, because the bank is right here, so you can grab all the supplies you need, and then you can go customize your boat with the shipwright just a few tiles away. I think Catherby might be pretty good as well. I could be mistaken, but I do know Corsair Cove is pretty good. And ironically enough, the Pandemonium is a terrible place to upgrade your boat because the one bank chest is on the other side of the island. But anyways, here's the adamant helm. All right, let's go try out the trial. So here in the Prif region, I've been working on the Gwyneth Glide Barracuda trials. Now, this was some information I skipped over, but I had to go back to the dock here after several attempts because the swordfish rank to this Barracuda trial is a 2-minute time trial, right? Well, I kept getting 208s at best, and I was consistently getting like 210s, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? And then, through discussion with the clanmates and whatever, I realized I didn't have the wind catcher, which is honestly very crucial. Now with the wind catcher, I imagine I'm going to smash this swordfish trial. Okay, once I got the wind catcher and activated it on my boat, we managed to get the time trial first try. And we hit level 73. At level 73, we can now build what's called a crystal extractor. It's going to give us bonus EXP each time we complete a lap, as well as giving us crystal shards. But I'm going to need to go pick up a few things in order to make this crystal extractor. For one thing, there's a new bar, the copper nickel bar, and we also need to get a magic stone and a few other things. Then we're going to head back to the port and build it right next to the helm. I do believe just on the other side of the helm, right here where I'm standing, this is still a slot where I can build, and that's where the crystal extractor is going to be. So I went ahead and mined some nickel, I made some bars, but we need to go back to the Barracuda trial and complete the shark rank first, as there's an item as a reward there that's pretty crucial in building the crystal extractor. Honestly, I should have paid attention to that and did that first before I left, but now I'm having to go sail back to the shark rank, TP out, and then make the crystal extractor. You know, this is why you should read, but that's not me, evidently. So I'm actually soft locked out of the content. Oh, wait, oh. Okay, we're moving. Okay, I might as well just finish the run, even though it's very much dead. But for the EXP, it's like 7k for finishing, even if I don't meet time. Alright, we managed to accomplish the shark tier, and we got ourselves the Heart of Ithel, or however you pronounce that. We are definitely not going to destroy that, although I imagine we probably could get it back, but I don't want to find out. Alright, that is what we need for the crystal extractor. Let's go ahead and make that now. In classic fashion, I forgot to do something. I already made the bars we need, but I need to go to the specific island that I can't remember the name of to get ironwood. So let's go do that. We are currently heading over to Sunbleak Island, which is where the ironwoods are located. While we're doing this, since we're heading there anyways, we're going to head to Sunbleak Island to grab a note from a chest. What we're going to do is grab the note, and it's going to reveal a dragon schematic. Well, first we got to find a key after that, but you have to do it in this order. I'm noticing a trend here whenever you're finding loot and schematics. You have to go to the chest first, then you have to go to a different location to get a key, and then come back to the original chest in order to unlock the chest and get the schematic. The schematic we're going after right now is the Dragon Helm one. It's a bit of ways away for us, but you know, it's good to get the schematic out the way so we don't have to worry about that later. Let me just make sure we're heading the right way. Okay, we gotta head south a little bit here. But yeah, knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone here. We're on the island for ironwoods, but we're also gonna pick up the schematic. Here's the lockbox in question. Lockbox is firmly sealed shut, but there's an engraving with directions on the side of it. So let's go ahead and read it. And it's going to tell us to go to Laguna Aurore, or however you pronounce that. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back for the ironwoods. We had to sail west to this place. It's actually a pretty big island if we look at the map here. I believe we're going to find the key just at the center between all those buildings over there. We just got to get to the docking point here. There we go. Oh no. I sailed all the way over here, found the spot, and I don't have a spade to dig. No, I forgot my spade. Well, I think what I'm going to do is... Oh, you can actually spirit tree here. Wait, what? Wait, let me head over there right now. Maybe we have to plant one, but it doesn't... I'm going to check that out. Oh, there's an existing spirit tree here. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go to the farming guild, get my spade, and come back. Wow. That is very fortunate. Also, if I had known there was a spirit tree there, I wouldn't have had to sail there. Wow, okay. Although maybe it's one of those things where I had to get there first to unlock it. I don't know. Kind of just coping right now. Anyways, the spot to dig. Okay, it's not there. Here maybe? There we go, we got the key. Fantastic. Now let's head back east. We finally made it back to Sunbleak Island. Let's go check out the lockbox now. Should give us the schematic. There we go. It's a collection log as well. Dragon Helm schematic. Fantastic. Now it's going to be a hot minute before we're able to make one of those, but it's good to have it for now. Now let's actually start what we were originally here for, and that's to chop these ironwood trees. Alright, after what seems like a 6-hour detour. It didn't actually take 6 hours, but it was a very, very long detour. I had to gather everything. I had to chop the ironwoods, convert them into planks. I had to make these bars, which require copper and nickel, in which nickel actually takes a while to mine. At least that's what it felt like. I had to go to a stone cutter to get these magic stones, which, by the way, are very expensive. And then I had to get the shark tier at the Gwyneth Glide in order to get this heart. Alright. All that so that we can build a crystal extractor. And it needs to be right next to the helm, so this should be the spot. Here we go. And I forgot my saw and hammer. Alright. Saw and hammer in my inventory. Here we go. Scroll down. Crystal extractor. And there it is. Honestly, I'm probably going to have to build one on the big boat as well, but that's a future me problem. Now that we finally have the crystal extractor onto the boat, it's time to learn the Marlin rank route for this Gwyneth Glide Barracuda trial. This is the best known EXP in the game at the moment. I've been doing a ton of Gwyneth Glide. Unfortunately, no luck on the Marlin rank yet. It is a bit difficult, but I have come close several times. I think my current PB is 611, and the time to beat is 609. Nevertheless, I'm just going to take a bit of a break, and I'm going to do some salvaging. But before I do that, I'm going to upgrade my adamant salvaging hooks into the rune variant. So let's replace it. Let's scroll down in this menu here, and the rune ones are available at level 74 sailing. And it says I need a hammer and saw. I got the saw on me, but I don't have a hammer. Classic. I need so many different items that I can only do one hook at a time. I do have my hammer with me this time around, though. So here's the first hook. There we go, and then I'll go ahead and set up the second one, and then we've been doing pirate shipwrecks recently, but we're going to move on to mercenary shipwrecks. Now, I don't exactly know the location for those yet, so I'm going to have to figure that out. But let me get the other salvage hook on, and then let me find the location for those shipwrecks. We did it! You know, that felt like a good run at the end. Like, on the straightaway near the end there, I was like, huh, there's potential. Alright, we are taking another break from the Gwyneth glides here, as it's pretty intensive to do. And we're going to be picking up another schematic. We're going to be picking up the schematic for the Eternal Brazier, which is going to be used for accessing the Fremnik waters, or just about like any of the cold areas. Now I want to do that because after just hitting 80 sailing, we've unlocked Fremnik shipwrecks. That's currently the best slot shipwreck for us to do. So a bit of a process, as with everything. I'm going to go get the schematic. And in getting the schematic, I think we've seen that it's a running theme. We have to go to one island, then another island, then back to the original island. So right now we are sailing towards, if I can just locate this island, I believe it is, you know what, I'm actually a little lost here. Is it this one? No, that's Chinchampa Island. Oh, here we go. The Buccaneers Haven. Alright, so we got to sail straight north. And then we got to get another key. I haven't found out where the key is yet. But let's head to Buccaneers Island right now. Made it to the Buccaneers Haven. Now, where is this chest in question? Might have to do some searching. This island is pretty big. Oh, never mind. It is right here. So we're going to receive a note. Let's read the note. On the Tier of the Soul. Alright, let's figure out where that is. Probably south of Isle of Souls, if I had to guess. Tier of the Soul. Here we go. Where do I dig exactly? No, I don't have a spade. This happened to me last time, and I'm not going to get bailed out with the spirit tree on the island. Why do I do these things? Alright, we're back. Got my spade. Okay, I thought it was going to be here. It's somewhere around here. Maybe I gotta read the note real quick. On the Tier of the Soul, dig directly between the longest straight line between two pieces of green. Longest straight line between the two pieces of green. Okay, right here, right here. Oh my god, it pays off to read! Back at Buccaneers Haven. Here we go. Got the key with me. Here's the schematic, Eternal Brazier schematic. Let's read that bad boy. And then now I have to find out what I actually need. In order to make the Eternal Brazier, we're going to need 4 ironwood planks, which we have that covered. 16 rune nails, have that covered. 6 runite bars, we're good on that. 6 copper nickel bars, also good on that. And the only thing we're missing is 250 of each respective salt, which, although I don't have, luckily it doesn't take too long to get. I'm wearing Varrock Armor 4, but honestly I have no idea if it actually works on these things. Okay, I spent way too much time standing on my boat trying to figure out where to put the brazier. I don't really want to admit how much time I spent, but turns out, you know, you build it from the board. Okay, Eternal Brazier. There we go. Immunity to icy seas. There we have it. Now, hopefully the mahogany hull is going to be okay to sail over there, because at the moment I do not want to gather all the wood I need to upgrade to either a camphor hull or an ironwood hull. Camphore's not so bad actually, but right now I'm just 1 level away from ironwood, so I don't feel like I would want to upgrade to camphor, only to upgrade to ironwood 1 level later. Okay, moment of truth. We have the Eternal Brazier built. But will the mahogany hull be adequate for this? Got some orcas in the water. These shipwrecks are somewhere around here. Okay, a little to the left. I feel like I'm moving so slow right now, but we are in the icy waters, and I think we're okay, so. Oh, there we go. Merchants? Wait, no, merchants are not the one we're looking for. Okay, just further northwest, we got some Fremenic shipwrecks. This is what we're after. All right, here we go. Guess I will just be chilling here for a little bit, see what kind of loot we get. In between all the active sailing that I've been doing, I need to keep up with the farming for cotton and hemp, but more specifically cotton, because we are currently level 81, and at these levels and above now, we're going to require cotton more than hemp. So let's just do a quick little run. There's actually 5 different patches, but I've only been doing the 4 because the 5th one is on Intrana, and I just can't be bothered with that one, to be honest. All right, just finished planting all the cotton. Now back at the shipyard, what I'm about to do is just completely a flex, but we're going to build the Crystal Glider's flag. That pretty much just signifies to everybody that we have reached the Marlin rank for the Gwyneth Glides Barracuda trial. In the middle of my previous run just now, I managed to hit 83 sailing, which means we're going to have another upgrade on our boat. We're going to be looking at the Ironwood. Well, 81, we could do the Ironwood hull, but in terms of speed, the Ironwood hull versus the camphor hull are the same thing. Ironwood is just a little bit tankier, which for this specific boat, we mostly just use it for the Barracuda trials, so that's mostly irrelevant. But just right below it, 83 sailing, is Ironwood mast and con sails. Now, I believe this is going to help us with our acceleration just a little bit, so that does have to do with speed, so we're going to go for that right now. We just have to do a bit of processing here. It's a good thing I've been doing a lot of salvaging in my downtime to get cotton seeds and then planting them, because we're converting these cotton balls into yarn, and then we're going to convert those on the loom into bolts. We're going to need 5 of those for our skiff, our small boat here. And then if we ever want to upgrade our big boat to sloop, we're going to need 10 bolts of cotton. But I'm going to prioritize everything to do with speed. I'm going to prioritize on the skiff, the little boat, because that's going to be the one where we use for Barracuda trials. The big boat, I'm mostly just going to be using it for salvaging and perhaps trawling when I get a look into that. I don't really know how to trawl yet, but with sailing comes better healing food, actually. 24 healing fish, I believe. Okay, I believe I have gathered everything I need. I'm just going to go over to the ship right here by Prif and recover my boat. I kind of just TP'd away from it right at the trial entrance, but it's pretty cheap. It's only 4.5k or whatever it is. Let's go ahead and customize our boat, which, by the way, the name, I don't know if you've noticed before, is Dragonclaw. That's pretty sick, to be honest. All right, modify boat schematics. We're going to look at the sails option here. Currently, we're on the camphor mast and canvas. You can see that the speed duration, or speed boost duration, is 30 with an acceleration of 1.0. So what are the upgrades here for this Ironwood one? Acceleration is the same, actually, but speed boost duration is an extra 3 seconds. That's pretty solid. I thought we would get an increase in acceleration as well, but I guess not. That's okay. But 3 whole extra seconds of speed boost duration. Plus, we're definitely going to do this because, well, once we get that done, let's take a look at the sailing tab here. Once again, core boat parts. We are going to be a ways away from the next upgrade. So, Ironwood mast, we just unlocked that at 83. The next one's going to be at 94. 11 whole levels. 94 sailing is not going to be quick to get for sure. While looking at this schematics board, I just made the realization that my boat is still on the camphor hull, and we should probably upgrade to the Ironwood. I was always under the impression that my small boat here, my Barracuda Trials boat, was already on Ironwood, but I guess not. But we're going to have to do a bit of Ironwood gathering, and I need to smelt some more copper nickel bars as well. I think I do have the ores for that, but 300 rune nails. Okay, we have those as well, but yeah, it's getting expensive here. You know, I was just about ready to go gather the supplies for the Ironwood hull, but then I just realized why I haven't upgraded to it. And I think I already mentioned this in like a previous clip I recorded, but I just momentarily forgot. But I'll just reiterate, the ironwood hull isn't any quicker than the camphor hull, so we're just going to hold off on that until rosewood. Whew, you know, I could have just wasted a whole bunch of time if I didn't realize that. Anyways, back to the Gwyneth glides, and we're just going to see how much more EXP we can get to. We just hit 85 sailing, which means you can now assign 4 crewmates to duties on your boat and recruit Jolly Jim from Brimhaven. Oh, and build a rune keel. The rune keel is going to be nice for when we want to do some combat in the ocean. But 4 crewmates, I honestly, at this point, I wonder what I'm supposed to do with 4 crewmates. I don't know. Maybe something to do with trawling. Again, I'm very clueless on the trawling aspect right now. Little intermission from Gwyneth glides. In fact, I'm probably going to do some salvaging or even try some more port tasks again. Now that I'm 85 sailing, I've unlocked a few more ports and I've unlocked a 4th crewmate, which will help me with cargo. So I'm going to try some port tasks, see how that's going to go. Plus, I need a little bit of break from all the Barracuda trials. But while it's still fresh in the mind, I'm going to put a crystal extractor somewhere on this boat, on this big boat, while it's still fresh on the mind. Yeah, it has to go right next to the helm. So we're gonna put it right there. What? Oh, I have a saw equipped, and I have a saw in my inventory. Okay. Well, one moment. Okay, we're back. Build facility hotspot. Crystal extractor. There we go. Now when we're sailing on the big boat, when we're salvaging and whatnot, we will be able to get some extra EXP with the crystal extractor as well. Another thing is we're going to be recruiting this NPC here, Bosun Zara. I don't know, what is that name? I don't know. But level 80 unlocks actually 5 levels ago. Would you like to join my crew? And yeah, they'll be Pandemonium. And with this completion, we should be hitting level 87 sailing, which is a pretty big milestone because you can now dock your boat at Grimstone. If I'm not mistaken, Grimstone is where the frost dragons are. And from my understanding right now, frost dragons are the best method of getting dragon nails, dragon metal sheets, anything dragon related, which is also used for that rosewood tier for all our ships and everything. And then also merchant shipwrecks are pretty nice for downtime as well. Whenever I want to salvage, I'll be sure to check those out. And a rune helm. Okay, 81 construction. We are currently sailing to the northeast most point here of the map. Well, in the ocean anyways. Heading on over to Grimstone. We're going to check out those frost dragons. Where do I dock? Over here. Okay. Now, frost dragons are going to be located in this cave right here, I'm pretty sure. Oh, these things are aggressive. What the heck? I notice a lockbox over there, so I'm just going to go check that out real quick. There's some nickel, addy ore, some coal. Okay. What does this note say? Drumstick Isle, complete the square. I wonder what schematic that's going to be for. Okay, I've been told by a clanmate... Oh, there's runite rocks over here, too. Interesting. I've been told by a clanmate that, like, once we unlock the island, there's a fairy ring. So let's see what's going on. Okay. Frost dragons are up there. Ah, this is also the location where the double cannonball furnace is here. And there's the fairy ring. Okay. How do I know what this fairy ring code is, though? Oh, well, DLP, okay. Looking at the map tells us. This guy's mailing them here. I was told that elemental weakness, fire elemental weakness is very, very good. Let's go check out these frost dragons. Brought Fire Surge. Unfortunately, I don't have a Dragon Hunter wand, and that would actually be very useful in this situation, but oh yeah, we are absolutely nuking. Okay, well, hopefully we get some dragon nails, dragon metal sheets. That'd be ideal. We could probably get some safe spots here. Ooh, our first set of dragon nails, only 5. You know what? We need another 295 of those to make a rosewood hull for our little boat, not even the big boat, our skiff. Okay, obviously fire surging was super expensive. I was going to say super effective, but super expensive. Well, we're going to swap into our melee setup here. Apparently they're weak to crush, so I got my Inquisitor's top on in combination with Torva. We're going to put our Lance on crush, and let's see how this goes. I don't know if I play mage or melee here. Maybe I protect melee. Let's try protect melee and see what happens. Okay, we're taking no damage right now, so that's good. We have anti-fire and the anti-dragon shield going. I just realized if I'm going to be potted with this specific setup, I want to be taking 0 damage, so I don't need any food. Oh, a dragon metal sheet, 63 KC. At this point in time, the wiki does have drop rates, but it's very unclear, you know, like I think it's being pulled off of just player data, like player source data, and supposedly this thing is currently about 1 in 180. The dragon metal sheets are going to be used for pretty much everything. You can convert them into nails. You can use it for the keel. Right now, I'm after the rosewood hull, which is going to require 300 nails. So I'm probably going to convert that into nails. If you're looking to upgrade your boats with dragon-related things, well, you're going to have to get 87 sailing. I guess if you're any lower than that, you're not going to be able to make dragon stuff anyways. But level 87 sailing unlocks Grimstone Island, and in this dungeon right here, that's where the frost dragons are located. Frost dragons are going to drop dragon metal sheets as well as nails. Currently, this is the best known method to farm the materials. For your first time there, you're going to want to sail there first. Once you sail there and unlock the island, there's going to be a fairy ring. The fairy ring in question is going to be DLP. Once you're here, run towards the west. You can climb up on the south side or on the north side. It doesn't matter. There's going to be frost dragons up above here. You can see there's one person up here farming them already, and I've been farming them up here as well. Now, frost dragons are weak to crush, weak to fire, and weak to heavy range. So just take your pick. Just make sure you're potted up and you have anti-fire. I guess if you're ranging or maging, you can actually safe spot them too, so you might not even have to worry about that. Dragon metal sheet number 2. If you made it to the frost dragons, or you're planning to get to the frost dragons to farm some dragon metal sheets and dragon nails, check out this safe spot here. On the south side, climb up the uneven stone ledges, and then just to the right here in this little corner, well, it's not a corner, I guess, it's like a little cubby, you can safe spot the frost dragons. Oh, and we just got some dragon nails. Perfect timing. We're still chipping away at the frost dragons here. I did a bit of mobile farming as well, and I actually got a dragon cannonballs collection log while on mobile. I think I did screenshot it on my phone. If I remember, I'll slap it on the video as well. But on mobile, we did about 200 to 250 frost dragons, and looks like on the RuneLite loot tracker right now on PC, we've done about 228. Now, just checking the bank memory plugin here. We can go ahead and check how many dragon metal sheets and dragon nails we have currently. We have 69 dragon nails and 4 dragon metal sheets. So that's about 129 dragon nails, if I'm not mistaken. One metal sheet is going to be 15 nails. And yes, I think I am going to be converting the sheets into nails, because right now I'm in a rush to get the rosewood hull and then going back to Gwynedd Glides to get 99 sailing. I know it's going to be more macro efficient to save the sheets for other boat upgrades, but I'm not too concerned about that at this point in time. Still chipping away at the frost dragons right now, going for the dragon nails. I think I've decided that I'm going to convert the metal sheets for sure into nails so that I can get the rosewood hull as soon as possible. So when I first showed up, I definitely tried some fire surging, and then I was like, this is kind of expensive, and I swapped over to the melee. And then I was like, I'm using a lot of divine super combats, I'm using anti-pots, so here I am back to surging. I am burning up all my Tome of Fire pages, and I decided that I'm okay with that. You know what? I'll just get more later if it comes down to it. Plus, with the Royal Titans, it's probably not going to be that bad to get back either. And there's honestly not many places I'm going to be using Fire Surge and Tome of Fire, really, with the availability of the Shadow, the Ayak, and just like a whole bunch of other stuff. My mindset right now is just to get 99 sailing as quickly as possible. Now, technically, I don't need a Rosewood hull to do that either. I could just be doing the Gwyneth glides with a camphor hull, the boat I already have right now. But it'll just be slightly lower EXP rates. But I think the time it takes for me to get this Rosewood hull and all that is probably not worth it in terms of efficiency. But you know what? That's okay. I really do want the Rosewood hull because that's just going to be really good to get around, not just for the Barracuda trials, but just, you know, around the map. So that's something I definitely want. But I do wonder how important it is to have a quote-unquote completed boat. Now, it's still early days. I mean, it hasn't even been a week since Sailing got released, but I do wonder what kind of future content they might release to where I would be really wanting a fully maxed out boat. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there, I suppose. It seems really backwards, but I think I want to rush 99 sailing and then take my time with the skill and really go check out what it has to offer. Don't get me wrong, I already checked out port tasks. I did a couple of combat port tasks, although I wasn't a big fan of those. I've done Barracuda trials, obviously, and I've done a whole lot of salvaging. The only thing I haven't really done is trawling, and while I was looking forward to it, based off of a few clanmates' experiences, those of them that have tried it, currently it's not the greatest right now. So again, this is early days in the sailing release, so maybe new content is still on the horizon or some adjustments and whatnot. But as of right now, 99 sailing and the Rosewood hull is my current goal. Oh, and let me just mention this too. I don't think I outlined my game plan right now, but right now I'm 87 sailing, just enough levels to get here on this island, start farming these frost dragons, but I can't even make the Rosewood hull until I'm 93 sailing. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these dragon nails that we've been after, gain 1 level, get to 88 sailing, and then we're going to stew boost for a +5, and then that's how we're going to make the Rosewood hull. So it's a bit of a process still, even after we get the nails. It's been many hours here at the Frost Dragons, and my Wrath runes as well as Tome of Fire pages, the burnt pages, are depleting. I still have about 1,000 left over, but I've kind of made the decision to swap over to a Tumican Shadow. The Shadow is about 0.7 DPS worse, but it is what it is. I'm going to keep maging here just so I can save spot. I don't really have a good range weapon for these Frost Dragons, I don't think, so I'm just opting to continue to mage so I can save spot and not have to worry about food or anything like that. Or anti-fires, even. But anyways, we are close. We are very close. We're at 287 total nails if we factor in the fact that we're converting sheets into 15 nails each. Now, I think being so close, we need 300 for the Rosewood hull, but we're going to need another 40 if we want to make the Rosewood mast and con sail down the line. So I think I'm going to go for 340 nails total while I'm here before this place gets super populated. There's already a guy on the other side, and I did have to hop a few worlds on occasion. So the longer this takes, the more people are going to end up being here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the extra 40 nails while I'm here. Alright, I was so excited seeing the drop, I just instantly telegrabbed it, but 13 dragon nails in the inventory off of that last frost dragon. I don't know the exact number we're at now, but we're definitely over 300, so that is enough for the haul. So right now we're just getting more for the mass, 40 more nails, like I said. But you know, don't get it twisted. I'm very glad to be nearing the end of this grind right here, but there's still a lot to be done. We still need another 317k sailing EXP to get to 88, and then we gotta see if we can get lucky and get a +5 sailing boost. Who knows how long that could take. Okay, we've done it. Dragon nails on the ground. Let me telegrab those real quick. And the frost dragon bones. Honestly, I don't really know why I'm picking up dragon bones, but I've been picking up almost all of them. Funny story, you know, I was calling it this the last trip. I was like, surely last trip here. Come on, give me nails. And then on the very first KC, I ended up getting dragon cannonballs. Well, luckily, a couple of KCs later, we got 9 dragon nails. We now have over 340 dragon nails, which is enough to cover us the hull as well as the mass. The KCs have been added up. On mobile, I did 237 KC at Frost Dragons, and then on the RuneLite client here on desktop, I did 1,039, totaling 1,276 Frost Dragons slain, getting us 253 Dragon Nails, 6 Dragon Metal Sheets, and 142 Dragon Cannonballs. The Cannonballs aren't that relevant to us right now, but we will be converting these Metal Sheets into nails so that we can make the Rosewood Hull as well as the cotton sails and rosewood mast. After completing the swordfish rank at Barracuda Trials, you will get yourself a key in which you can get an outfit. The outfit I'm wearing right now is from the swordfish rank at the first Barracuda Trial, Tempor Tantrum. Now, I've been doing Gwyneth glides for a while now, and obviously I've had this key. I haven't checked out what the outfit might be though. Let's go ahead and check it out right now. We also got 8 uncut rubies. Okay, this is a pretty interesting outfit. I think I might like the Storm Cruisers more though, to be fair. Or maybe we can figure out a nice combination. Anyways, if you're looking for this chest yourself, this chest is located on Laguna Aurora. I don't know. But there's a spirit tree to get here if you've been here before, that is. Otherwise, you're going to have to sail here for the first time. It is located in the southwest region of the map by Varlamore. And there it is, 88 sailing. That actually did not directly unlock anything for us, but like I said, we're going to be boosting to 93. But before we do that, let's make sure we gather all the supplies, everything we need to make the rosewood hull. I'm going to have to chop the rosewood trees. I'm going to have to gather or rather process some of the metal sheets into nails, because I don't actually have 300 nails straight up. And then there's probably a couple of other items I need to acquire as well. First order of business, we got to get to that island at the top of our screen right there. How do we do that? That is a great question. But that's where the rosewood trees are located. Let me figure this out. Oh, don't go through that portal. Can I go through? Is this a barricade? It's okay. Yeah, it is a barricade. Duh. Oh, wait, I see. I see. Here we go. Here we go. This is actually part of the Barracuda trial course, but obviously we're not doing it right now. We just got to stroll on in and disembark right here. I got my dragon axe equipped, and I also have my log basket with me. Let's chop a couple of inventories here. I might do a few trips. Now, the closest bank to this island is actually north of here, Buccaneer's Haven. You do have to build this bank chest, though. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to do a couple of trips and then go south to where Prith is to bank. If there comes a time where I need a lot of rosewood trees, I guess then I will build a bank north. But for now, I don't mind just making a trip a little bit longer to get here. What's going on, everybody? Just dropping in to check on how everybody is enjoying this massive update that is woodcutting. Currently, I'm chopping rosewood trees, level 92 level requirement, by the way, so it dethrones redwoods. But aside from rosewoods, there's also the ironwoods and the camphor trees. And not only that, but you can convert them into planks as well. So pretty huge update for woodcutting and I guess construction. So I ended up doing 3 total trips to the island where the rosewood trees are, so that's about 6 inventories worth of rosewood logs, as I brought the log basket with me. I definitely don't need that much right now, and I don't have any plans anytime soon to upgrade the large boat, the sloop, into the rosewood hull either, because that's going to be very, very expensive. I just spent countless hours farming 1,000 or over 1,000 frost dragons, nearly 1,300 even, to get the supplies I need for the skiff, the medium-sized boat. So yeah, the large boat's going to be something I think about down the line. Anyways, for right now though, once we're done with these rosewood logs, I think I do have to convert some of those into planks, obviously. But we're in the Prith region here still, because we're going to convert some of these dragon metal sheets into nails, as I need a total of 300. We just have 253 right now, so I believe we take them to the anvil if I'm not mistaken. And Oh, maybe we don't. Huh, one moment. I have these dragon metal sheets with me that I want to convert into nails. However, in order to convert these into nails, we can't just use them on any anvil. We have to head over to the Dragon Forge. Now, what is the Dragon Forge and where is it? Well, remember Dragon Slayer 2 when you had to make the dragon key? Well, we're heading to that spot right now. The dragon key spot is the same spot you would use to convert these dragon metal sheets into whatever you might need. So I got my anti-dragon shield here with me because I think there's going to be a couple of dragons down here, right? I don't know. I don't really frequent down here. I know the mithril dragons are down here. But yeah, I have the dragon metal sheets with me and I can see the forge. How do I get over there? I don't really remember. Like I said, I haven't really been down here too often. There's brutal green dragons down here. Honestly, I don't even remember that. And here we are. That wasn't too bad. All right, how does this work? Oh, there's anvils right here. All right, let's go ahead and use the dragon metal sheet on the anvil. Oh, and this is where you make the kite shield, the plate body. Oh, and the keel parts as well. And obviously we're here for the nails. I think I'm going to go ahead and make all of these into nails, I think. Each metal sheet should be 15 nails. We got 250 in the bank. So right there, this should be enough for our hull. And then we're going to need these nails for the mast when we have the level requirement for that in a little bit. But there we go, 90 dragon nails. I think I mentioned this in the past, but Corsair Cove is probably one of the better locations if you're ever trying to crap hull parts or repair kits or whatever. Or just accessing the shipwright actually in general. Because the bank is right there just about 10, 12, 14 tiles away. Probably less than that even. So that you can just easily run back and forth. Anyways, we're here to make the rosewood hull parts. We're going to need 10 of these, so it's actually 50 rosewood planks. Alright, here in my inventory, this should be everything I need for the rosewood hull. Now comes the tedious part. I mean, to be honest, there was a lot of steps to this process, but by far the most tedious thing probably is going to be getting this +5 boost. So let me get some stews, and then let me get some spices, and hopefully there's actually a cat in my POH. Otherwise, we're going to have problems there. We need a +5 sailing boost. Okay, it's been a long time since I did this. Luckily, I had a Hellcat in my POH. I'm going to be fighting the Behemoth Hellrat, and I just have to make sure I keep my Hellcat alive. Otherwise, it's going to be tragic. We got the +5 boost. No time to think. We got the +5 boost. Hammer. All that, all that, all that. Go, 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 go. Customize boat, customize boat. Dragon Claw. Modify schematics. Why is the boat not... No! I forgot a very important step. I forgot to go unlock the schematic. I'm trolling. Oh my god, we might not get this +5 boost again. Wow, I can't believe it. I forgot I had to go get the schematic. And to get the +5 boost on just our second stew attempt. Well, let's go get the schematic and come back, but hopefully that's not going to cost me and end up taking hours. The Rosewood schematic is located on Shimmering Atoll. This is just west of Deep Fin Point, which if you have the Sailor's Amulet, quick and easy way to Deep Fin Point and then travel west straight here. Pretty sure that's the lockbox over there. The game's pretty troll though, we're going to have to run all the way around. And then we're going to get the note. And then we're going to have to figure out which island we actually have to go to for the key. There's actually a second thing here. Picklocked Tarnished Chest. You know what? We'll check that out on the way back. Bitter running. There we go. The note. Let's go ahead and read it. On the Isle of Bones, dig on the beach, but not on a rock. And not next to nor in line with any bones that they've dropped. Okay. Isle of Bones. Where is that? Let's take a look at the map. Isle of Bones. That is by Pest Control. Okay, me being lazy. Is there a shipwright at Pest Control or Void Knight's Outpost? There is not. Okay. What's the quickest way to get there? Corsair Cove actually, I suppose, which is where we were at. Before we TP out though, and then recover our boat. Let's go check out that chest over there. We got 2 pillar frag from this chest. Can we picklock it again? I'm not sure we got anything that time. Oh, uncut sapphire. No. What the heck? The Isle of Bones, and very fittingly, I think there are skeletons on the island. A lot of them, actually. They just rendered in. Okay, where do I dig? You know, before I look on the wiki, let's try to figure it out ourselves. Dig on the beach, but not on a rock. And not next to nor in line with any bones that they've dropped. Okay, so not on a rock. So none of these tiles. And not in line with bones. I forgot a spade. Why do I do this every time? I forgot a spade. Also, I'm pretty confident it's like right here. Let's read this again. Not on a rock and not next to nor in line with any bones that they've dropped. This seems to fit the criteria. But I guess we can't find out right now because I don't have a spade. Very fortunately, the Void Knight's outpost is just to the northeast there, so it wasn't incredibly far from that standpoint. And very unfortunately, as I'm too busy talking, I just went past the mooring point, so I now have to U-turn like an idiot. But yeah, let's figure out this spot. Okay, on the island, not on a rock and not next to or aligned with bones. I wonder if a diagonal counts. Okay, not that tile. I thought that was oh, well, there we go. It's just that easy. Back on Shimmering Atoll, here we go. Open the lockbox. I keep wanting to say redwood, but rosewood hull schematic. There we go. Let's go ahead and read that. Details how to build a rosewood hull, or build rosewood hulls on boats. You take in everything the schematic covers and then discard it. Remember when I said that Corsair Cove was one of the better locations if you wanted to access a shipwright as well as a bank? Well, once you have access to Deep Fin Point here, this has got to be the best spot, right? That I know of anyways. The shipwright's right there, and then the bank chest is literally 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles away. We have to boost, we have to boost. We have to boost. Go, go, go. Customize boat. Customize. To the board, to the board. Hull, scroll down, rosewood. Let's go, we did it. There we go. Okay, it did take a fair few more stews, but luckily it wasn't that long. So our mistake in the beginning, we didn't get too heavily punished, but there we go. Off to Gwyneth Glades once again. Gwyneth Glides. Couple of runs in now with the rosewood hull, and there's got a new PB of 535. That's like my third new PB now, and honestly this thing is a cheat code. I had to do a bit of an adjustment period because I wasn't expecting how fast the rosewood hull was. I ended up slapping into so many barriers and missing so many crates, doing so many U-turns, and funny thing is, I wish I recorded this, but I managed to get a 604 despite making like 10 mistakes and doing like 3 U-turns. The Marlin time is a 609, I believe, so like all those mistakes, and I still managed to beat the time with the rosewood hull. 89 sailing. You can now build a rosewood cargo hold. I wonder how expensive that is. Alright, it's time to take yet another break from Gwyneth Glides. It's pretty intensive, honestly. I can only do so much before I just want to take a break. In the meantime, though, we're off to salvaging, but it's been a while since I did any upgrades to the sloop, the big boat, and that's mostly because everything is expensive. But we're going to upgrade some stuff. So the helm, we're still on the mithril helm. We're going to go ahead and upgrade all the way to the rune helm. I'm missing some items. Oh, I only took out 4 runite bars. One moment. Got my 8 runite bars. Here we go. Mithril helm to rune helm, just like that. Skipping over what, like Addy. Yeah, skipping over Addy actually. Nice. Okay. We're also gonna maybe upgrade the sails. We're currently on mahogany. Okay, that's we could probably do camphor or ironwood. Let's go ahead and do ironwood. We have plenty of ironwood, so let's go ahead and do that. Did I say ironwood? Just kidding, because I look in my bank here and we have 14 ironwood logs. We actually need 15, so we're just gonna go ahead and do camphor for now because I can't be bothered to go chop some more ironwoods. So camphor logs, we're gonna get 15 of those. This one's gonna cost adamant. Nails. And then bolt of canvas. Huh. Well, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do that. Just kidding. We only have 4 bolts of canvas. Oh my goodness. We can't upgrade anything. Do I have anything in my log basket? Or, yeah, my log basket. Maybe I, Nope, there's nothing in there. That's a shame. Okay. Well, maybe we won't upgrade the mast right now and the sails because we have a mixed match of requirements. You know, we either have the logs but not the bolts, or we either have the bolts but not the logs. So we'll figure that out another time. Awkward. Amongst all the confusion on what to upgrade, at least I got the helm, which enabled me to get into these waters right here with through the tangled kelp. And here we are. The salvage spot is the merchant shipwrecks. That is a level 87 requirement, and actually us being at 89 now, we have access to all the shipwrecks. Wait. You know, I just got here. Like, I've only been here for like 6 minutes, 7 minutes. We just got a dragon cannon barrel. Now, I doubt the wiki is entirely accurate right now, but this is supposedly a 1 in 4,235. That's what the wiki says at this point in time. What? This is a massive, massive spoon. And I was just here for the EXP. Level 90 sailing off of some salvaging. What do we unlock here? You can now recruit Spotter Virginia from the ruins of Unca after subduing the Temperos 100 times. We already did that. We did a little bit of pre-sailing prep, and I did get 100 KC, so that's pretty cool. Another crewmate to hire, but that doesn't unlock anything in terms of our ships and whatnot, but that's okay. But we are now base 90 once again, I suppose, and just 9 levels off from being maxed once more. Although, as we know, 90 is still pretty far away from 99, 92 being the halfway point. Finishing up yet another lap at Gwyneth Glides, but here we go, 91 sailing. What does that unlock, actually? You can now own 5 different boats. Oh, wow. Actually, I didn't know that. I thought the cap was 4. And build a Fathom Pearl. No idea what the Fathom Pearl does, but okay. 5 different boats. I mean, I only have the 3 right now. I've got my raft, my skiff, and my sloop. But there we go. Oh! Huh? Huh? Yo, dude, last night I said sailing is my skill. There it is. Oh my god, what are the odds? I don't know. Oh my god. No way. Hey Soup, why did you want to follow me? Sometimes it's nice to stretch the flippers and dry them out. Can't you do that alone? I wanted to follow someone who looked like they wouldn't let me turn into soup. 92 sailing just like that. With the Rosewood Hull now, the EXP is just flying. We can now build a dragon cannon. You know, I actually do have the dragon cannon barrel, but it's not like I'm going to be building that anytime soon. And that is 93 sailing. 6 more levels to go. You can now build a rosewood hull that we already had because, or we already have, present tense, because we boosted from 88 plus 5 stew boost. Been grinding all day for this level, 94 sailing. You can now build a rosewood mast and con sails. Now, back at level 88, this was something I was contemplating what I wanted to do, because technically I could get 89 and then boost for this, but I kind of elected against it. I just did a whole bunch of Gwyneth glides, and here I am at 94 sailing, so we don't have to boost after all. Now, let's go ahead and make this. I already do have the supplies, I'm pretty sure anyways. Here we are in the shipyard, and in my inventory is 5 bolt of cons, 10 rosewood logs, 43 dragon nails. We need 40. And oh, you know what? I need the schematic. So let's go get that. It's always something. Here we go on Brittle Island, the rosewood and con sails schematic. Let's go ahead and read that bad boy. And there we go. Lots of collection logs to be gained with the new sailing skill. And back at the shipyard, I swear I have everything. Let's take a look at sails, scroll all the way to the bottom. There it is, rosewood mast and con sails. Let's go ahead and build that. And there we have it. I guess you can tell the differences on the mast like very subtly. It's definitely not as obvious as the hull, you know, but yeah, very nice. We'll be testing that out back at Gwyneth Glides. There we have it, 95 sailing. Ever since we got the rosewood hull, we have been absolutely zooming. And I don't know if it's just, you know, like slightly less server lag today or not, but last night I upgraded the rosewood sails, or the con sails and the rosewood mast, I should say. And today it just seems to, I don't know, I seem to be doing a lot better on the course. You can now assign 5 crew members, and actually we unlocked Sailor Jacob, I think. Pretty cool, but let's keep going. We got another 910k to go until 96 sailing. Wow, I'm just chilling at the salvage spot, eating some lunch right now, and then I'm going to be heading back to the glides, right? But here we go, another dragon cannon barrel. Wow. Level 96 sailing. Couldn't even see what that unlocked because we're actually in the middle of a trial right now. Surprisingly, I haven't, or at least I don't remember when the last time I gained a level in the middle of a trial. It's always on the EXP drop at the end. I was getting ready to record the ending of this lap, but there it is, 97 sailing. Midway through, I realized I was going to pick it up from all the crate EXP. 2 more levels to go until we're 99 sailing and we re-obtain the max cape. And there it is, 98 sailing. Just 1 more level to go until we re-obtain max cape. Here we go. I can barely keep my eyes open because it is currently Thanksgiving night. I just had a huge meal and a ton of drinks. But let's grab that final crate, which we did. Turn the corner, go through the portal. We're done with the final lap, and that's 99 sailing. We're once again maxed. Congratulations, you are now a master of sailing. Yeah, sure. I don't know about that one. Why not visit Brass Hand Harry? Who the heck is Brass Hand Harry on the Pandemonium? He has something special that is only available to true masters of the sailing skill. Sheesh! Pandemonium! We're out of here! Oh my... Who is... Can someone tell me who is... I already forgot the NPC's name. Where this... where... Dude, where... Something Harry. Who? Who? Who is the NPC, bro? He's something hairy. Who is that? I can't find him, bro. Something hairy. Oh, brass head hairy. Oh, Viva's here too. Viva's EXP wasting to show up here? Sheesh, I'm honored. Give me the cape. Oh, I got GP on me, right? Yeah, I do. Uh-huh. You've earned that right, unlike most of the rabble around here. You're actually putting in the work to master the seas. However, a cape like this doesn't come for free. It will cost you 99k. Classic. Small price to pay. Oh my god, there it is. Oh my god. Where's the emo? I need to unlock that crab dance. Everyone's crab. I don't think I have it. It's probably like some charting. Do the emote. Yeah, I don't have the crab dance emote. This guy sails. Genuinely though, this is a sick sailing emote, like, or 99 cape emote. Sheesh. Actually, sick emote. You know what? I think last time I maxed on this account or on any account, like I never really made like a big deal out of it. I think like on my main I had like 2 people show up, and then on my Ironman I was legitimately raiding on my other account while I maxed, so like that's pretty cool, you know? We're maxed. I don't have a max cape on me then, it's in my bag. I didn't even see the clan broadcast. The clan like spammed so hard, like all I saw was this wall of text. Has reached the highest possible total level of 2376. That is weird, you know? Like 2276 or 77 as like... Yeah, you know, let's take a look at Viva right now. This man's EXP wasting, but he's currently 19.3 mil sailing EXP. At least like when he logged in. I don't know how long he's been on for. Okay, now what?